Hi everyone, and I just want to make sure that I give you a little bit of guidance on the online survey. I know by now you have completed the student feedback evaluation and that you've completed the WI survey since this section is a writing intensive, so please complete these two. They should have been completed by 11 p.m. A few minutes ago today. But just in case you haven't done it, I ask that you do these. I do not see them, so I have no idea who has completed them. I am pretty sure that all of you have done so, but I will check Institutional Advance to make sure that I have the number of students who have completed the evaluation and the WI survey. All right, so those are required. Those definitely have to be done. Why? Because how am I going to help? Not even help. How am I going to teach this class better next semester if I don't have your feedback? How do I get your feedback? Institutional research sends the results, certainly not students' names, nothing at all, sends the results to each of the faculty. So I get the results of your survey. And I would really appreciate comments. Don't tell me I'm rotten. Don't tell me that I'm rotten. Just let me know how I can improve. Telling me that I'm rotten is not going to help me with anything. Telling me I'm the best thing since sliced bread is still not going to help me either. Tell me specifically what needs to be done so that I can improve. The same thing with the WI survey. What exercises helped you? What exercises would you have thought of? Did you like the QRs? All of those things that we need to know on the survey. All right, so just make sure, ladies and gentlemen, that you complete the required surveys. Again, I do not know, and I will not know who it is, who completed or who didn't. I just need to get the number. If I only have 3 people, then I'm going to nag you every day so that the class does come up with at least it's all done. Now, on this, the online survey. So when you click in here, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you're going to see. Now, the reason for this survey, okay, this is different now from doing the feedback survey on my Teaching You. Now we're asking, the college is asking through a grant that a few faculty members have gotten, or permission really, to, it's really permission to do this survey so that we can find out how online teaching is effective, needs improvement, whatever it is. We need to hear from you to make sure that what we're doing, we as faculty as well as administrators, can help you and create a better online environment. That's the reason for this. Now, do you have to do this? No. However, if we're going to be successful at Hostos Community College with online learning, we need you. The faculty, we all talk among each other to see how we can teach better online, how we can make an effective online environment for you. Means absolutely nothing if we do not hear from you, because you are the ones who will be receiving the training and the teaching. So we need to hear from you. Again, you don't have to do this. I'm not forcing you to do it, and obviously I won't know who's doing it. But I really ask you to give this serious thought, because this whole survey, online learning survey, is to help you be a better student and help us create a better online environment. So you'll see who the principal investigators are. That's what a PI is. What's really exciting about having you do this, ladies and gentlemen, is that you are part of research. You are involved in a research study to help others. So it's really exciting to be a part of a process that's going to help the college community, not just the college community, but the entire online system of teaching. So not just within CUNY, but outside. So your co-PIs, principal investigators, you see who they are. You might have had Professor Burrell, you might have had Professor Wolf in another class. Mr. Carlos Guevara is our director of, he's the director of the EdTech, Educational Technology Department. And he's also the co-director of the Center for Teaching and Learning. Okay, so we have no research sponsor, which means we're not getting paid for this. All right, so very quickly, ladies and gentlemen, because you don't want to hear my voice for 6,000 hours. If you look at the introduction, you are invited. Understand, you're invited. And this is a big deal to be invited in a research study. all right, to join a research study that looks at your experience as an online student at Hostos Community College. The research team will analyze the results of the surveys in order to better understand students' experiences in online learning environments and to continue to improve online education at Hostos. We highly value your feedback. Okay? You're all adult students. All of you are adults. In all hybrid and asynchronous, this is Math 130 is an asynchronous course, will be asked to participate in the study. We want a broad scope of students represented and a wide range of faculty and courses. All right, so you understand where this is going. What's the purpose? Is to determine student perceptions of their online learning experiences at Hostos Community College. The research team will analyze, I've already said that in the first paragraph, strengths and weaknesses of both online instruction as well as student preparedness. Now, this is important. The data will help the team identify areas for professional development for faculty teaching online courses and workshops or trainings that focus on online student readiness. So based on your responses, ladies and gentlemen, we will be able to determine the types of workshops, training that faculty will need to help the students or to create a better online learning environment. The PIs, principal investigators, expect to contribute to the literature on online learning assessment by focusing on community college students who attend Hostos. The information we are collecting will help the PIs, principal investigators, make meaningful changes that could enhance the student online experience. All right, so what you're giving us, notice we need you so that we can become better teachers. There's not a teacher alive who does not depend on students to enhance his or her teaching styles and teaching experience. We're here, obviously, for the students. No students, no faculty. Now, here are the procedures. The Educational Technology Department will ask all faculty teaching either asynchronous or hybrid in spring 2019, that's this semester, and subsequent spring semesters through 2021. So this study is going to go until 2021. So you say to yourself, well, then my input is not important. Yes, it is. All input is important because how people feel and perceive in 2019 might be a little different in 2021 based on the technology that's there to help the faculty make the courses even more interactive. So don't sit down there and think that just because this is 2019 and we have this study until 2021, you don't have to respond. We need you. All right. We're asking all of the students to complete the Hostos Online Learning Assessment, which we call Hola, survey consisting of 23 questions. Each professor will be sent a link to the survey created on Google Forms. This is what you're looking at. This link can then be posted in Blackboard, which you know you see it, the online learning management system at Hostos. All surveys, now this is important, will be confidential and anonymous. I do not know who you are. I will not know who you are. I will not get any information from institutional research because this study does not come from institutional research. This is not the same as the student evaluation or the writing intensive survey. This is completely different. Each student will be asked to read an informed consent form and check a box to proceed with the survey. The informed consent procedure will be the same for all students, regardless of enrollment in asynchronous or hybrid courses. So when you're in an asynchronous course now, you may be taking a hybrid course. If you're taking we need you to complete this for every online course that you're taking, whether it's synchronous, asynchronous, or hybrid. All right, that's really important for you to know. Okay, because you might get another box and say, well, I've already completed it. It may be a hybrid class, which is different from asynchronous. After clicking the link, the students will see an informed consent form. After reading the form, they can click next page if they agree to participate, which will lead them directly to the anonymous survey on Google Forms. All right. This research, your participation or the survey could take between 20 and 25 minutes. Certainly not a whole lot of time. It's 20 to 25 minutes. Now, what's the potential risk or discomfort? We have to say this to you. Obviously, you're not going to be put in a box. You're sitting at home. You're doing the survey on your cell phone. You're on the subway or the bus. Students may feel discomfort at being subjects in a research study. However, the procedure should minimize the risk as much as possible. And again, ladies and gentlemen, just because it's a research study, most people think of research with mice and all kinds of animals. That's not the idea. Research helps others, all of us, to become better teachers and to make sure that we help you to become a better student. That's really what research is in education. Bottom line, I don't care what the research is, action research, historical research. How do we become better teachers? How do we serve our students better? Students will not sign the informed consent, nor will they put their names on the surveys. No names, no social security numbers, no CUNY IDs, nothing. Neither faculty teaching the online sections nor the PIs will be able to tell who did or did not complete the survey. Since the data will be collected electronically, there is no risk that a student's handwriting will be recognizable. I think you understand that. Research procedures described above may involve risk that cannot be anticipated at this time. If the principal investigators learn of anything that may affect your decision to participate, they will inform you as soon as possible. You will then have a chance to reconsider your continuing participation in the research. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is research asking your opinion. Obviously there should be no risk unless, of course, you drop your cell phone and you're doing the survey on the cell phone and your cell phone breaks. All right? That's something that I'm thinking of off the top of my head. Now, what are the potential benefits? Excellent question. You may benefit from answering these questions because the questions may lead to a greater reflection about your own online learning experiences and promote greater thought about your role in online learning, as well as the role of the faculty member and the institution. You may not even realize how you perceive online learning until you have completed the survey. So that's something else. Oh, gee, I never thought of this, or gee, I always thought online was just taking a class, passing the class like any other class. So this involves having you think about or contemplate what learning is all about. Okay? You may also reflect on your role as learner in an online environment and the role of faculty. Principal investigators cannot guarantee that you will personally benefit from participating in this study, meaning you're not going to get any money. You're not going to get any money. You're not going to get any extra credit. You can't get extra credit because we don't know who you are. So we don't know. We're assuming that because you are a learner, you want to learn more about how you learn and who you are as a learner. That is the assumption that we're making. Okay? I think it's a valid assumption. Students and faculty at Hostos and at other post-secondary institutions may benefit in the future from the information found in this study. The principal investigators plan to present the data at conferences and publish the research in academic journals, meaning that we're looking at statistics and the data from the statistics from the survey, which will form statistics. The bottom line I'm telling you is that based on your responses, okay, this information, your participation in the research study, again, will help us to help others. That's the bottom line. What's the alternatives to participation? Absolutely nothing. What's the cost? Nothing to you. Are you going to get any payment? You will not receive any payment or course credit or extra credit for participating in this research study. There is no risk of research-related injuries. We're not giving you an injection. We're not doing mind games on you. None of that. Confidentiality, very, very important. The principal investigators will make best efforts to maintain confidentiality of any information that is collected during the research study and the anonymity of all research subjects. The principal investigators will disclose the information only with your permission or as required by law. And we're certainly not going to ask you anything because there's no follow-up for a focus group. The principal investigators will protect your confidentiality and anonymity by coding the data as an aggregate, meaning a group, which means that each class will be viewed as a group. Individual student identities will not be included on any of the surveys. When the PIs review the survey data on Google Forms, it will be impossible for them and or your professor, if your professor is not a PI or co-PI on this research project, to know which students completed the survey and how you responded. Totally, there is no way I'm going to see this. It is on Blackboard so that I don't have to give you a separate link in a separate email. That's why I'm using Blackboard and all of the other faculty as well. Publications and or presentations that result from the study will not identify you by name. Your rights, your participation in this research is entirely voluntary, and we are very grateful for those of you who are going to participate. If you decide not to participate, there will be no penalty to you, and you will not lose any benefits to which you are otherwise entitled, which means you're not going to fail, because I don't know who you are. I don't know who's completed or who has not completed the survey. You can decide to withdraw your consent and stop participating in the research at any time without any penalty. If you have any questions or concerns, comments, or concerns, you can talk to the principal investigator, Professor Kate Wolf. This is her email, etc., etc. All right. So, if you are over age 18, and all of you are, do not sign. Just go on to next, and then you will be able to complete the survey. If you have any questions, do not ask me, because then I'll know who you are. So make sure you send any questions to Professor Kate Wolf. I've already shown you her contact information. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I would be very, very grateful, and the college, really on behalf of the college, I just want to say how grateful we are for your participation, because this is very important. Thank you all very much, and I would appreciate you completing this since today is May 6th. And you had this already as a week, and I just wanted to make sure that you understood what you were doing. So let's give you until May 10th, okay, to complete the surveys. And I'll put this on the assignment where we have the other two surveys. So please complete all of them, and make sure that for the student evaluation feedback that you evaluate all of your other faculty as well, not just me. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I really appreciate your support and cooperation. Bye-bye.